Thank you for tuning into the latest episode of the Splashcast, your go-to podcast for news and discussion in the world of sports. Woo, there we go. All right, we back. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 167 of the Splashcast, 167 of the Pregame. You see Norwood is full Minnesota Viking, Chicago, Cincinnati Red, Omega Sci-Fi. What's the Black Israelite colors? The dudes that be marching.
Yo, I had to give on the damn internet, but hey, that's not us. I almost got jumped by the church queues. I was like, bro, that is not us. Please do not put us in that. No, but yeah, little purple and gold. Founders Day was yesterday. Happy 113. Roots to the Q's and all of that.
That boy ain't got no voice.
None. Man, Afro Tech and Founders Day is a match made in heaven and hell. Let me tell you that much.
Oh,
it's the best of times. It was the worst time. Just waking up every day.
Woo, not a tale of two cities, a tale of two sides.
Yeah. You wake up every day like, oh, I need Advil, Pedialyte, another hot shower, and then another 2 hours of sleep.
There are a few people out there that I saw.
Oh, it was crazy.
That was kind
of. And shout out to all you black people who told them people at your job that you was coming to do something, and the only thing you came here to do was to have a hell of a time, which you
have
did.
Have another homecoming.
Yeah,
it's basically what it was.
Actually, I was talking to one of the homies, and he's like, he's very, very similar to CBC.
CBC, Congressional Black Caucus.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I mean it's actually pretty fun at Congressional Black Caucus too. Now that that's what I'll say.
Smart. Wise decision you made there, my friend. I'm impressed.
Oh man, I'm pulling up everything for the Splashcast. Y'all give us a second. Let some of y'all come on in here. We're gonna start. We'll start with basketball in the pregame, I guess. I'll let you. This is Norwood's. I'm putting pressure on him. This is his future. This is a segment for his future solo reactionary podcast. Because shoes are his thing. Him and Pagan. You too, Pagan. I ain't forgot.
I mean, the sneaker industry is in shambles right now, but this was really good. He won Sneaker of the Year at, I think this is SneakerCon for Complex.
For the audio experience, is Anthony Edwards. The Adidas Anthony Edwards 1 sneaker is the number 1 sneaker of the year. Just so you know. There you go. All right, go ahead.
And this is a hell of a video here.
Oh, want me to play it? Let's see if it'll play. I didn't know you want me to play it.
Oh, yeah, because it's full.
Thank you for naming my shoe, the number 1 shoe this year. And, rightfully so, man. My shoe was the best one out, so they did the right thing. I appreciate y'all.
This nigga so cool. He sounds cool. He's cool. He's cool.
I love how unapologetically confident he is. He's like, nah, my shoe is number 1. Yes, Anthony Edwards. Just having that ability to maintain that confidence at the same time, like having a little laugh at it all at the same time. He does very well. A lot of people would probably miss the boat there a little bit and call it more arrogance, but he does it in a way that's still joking. But he I'm laughing, but very serious. The reason this is super interesting to me though is I think about a guy like Jason Tatum. And I also think about Ja Morant. Jason Tatum, where he just doesn't have whatever Anthony Edwards. Yeah, he just doesn't have what Anthony Edwards has. And it's like an intangible. And then you look at a guy like Ja Morant, who you open the door for Anthony Edwards. You kicked the door down and made everything, easy for him pretty much. And now you got to spend the next couple of years trying to fight against that guy in an uphill battle with a good sneaker.
Oh, no, bro. You ain't fighting. You, if y'all can still hear me while we open up some of this stuff, you are relegated to Charles Barkley. You are going to have, right? You're going to have one or two shoes. You were supposed to be that guy, but you're not a role model. And because you're not a role model, you will not be getting role model type money. LeBron is a role model. What is he? A gajillionaire. Anthony Edwards, although you might not think he's a role model for the things that LeBron is a role model for, he is unapologetically him. And he also is a person.
Elite charisma.
Yes. He knows how to navigate through everything, no matter what it is, the drama off the court, whatever. Well, also, he don't seem to be out in the public with all his drama. All his stuff be behind closed doors. He don't be circling the block trying to be.
It'd be somebody telling on him. He never gonna tell on himself.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna try to be nice. It's the difference between somebody that grew up in a certain type of environment and somebody that didn't, that's acting like they grew up in that environment.
Gotcha. Understood. Yeah.
For those that need explanation, then you are the blue pill of that. You are the latter part of that explanation.
No. If you need an explanation, welcome to the Splashcast. My name is Norwood. That guy is Reggie. Anybody who's been here for any amount of time knows exactly what we're talking about here. But yeah, I think about how Ja kind of tricked it off into Jason Tatum. Like, as good as he is, he probably is a better basketball player, maybe, but he just doesn't have the charisma to match. He's like a better version of Kawhi Leonard, honestly.
Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
Not defensively, but Jason Tatum is on a
No. I'm talking about like charisma. Like, I don't get anything from Jason Tatum. Nothing. At least Jaylen Brown is like, hey, I'm really smart, and I make all of you guys uncomfortable. Now that might be a little bit more to deal with, but I guess Tatum is kind of like Book a little. No, Book guy. I don't know. Jason Tatum.
Book is an asshole. Book is an asshole, yeah. And people, and Tatum Book didn't, and he does now, but he never had the expectations that Tatum had. I think Tatum was a number 3 pick. Yeah. So to say all the least, Ant has all the charisma. To say all of that, we'll just leave that there. Ant has all the charisma. And shout out to the shoe. I'm not gonna say I don't like the shoe. I'm not a real big basketball shoe guy anymore, because I think they've been relegated to just team style shoes because they chase revenue. So all of their stuff is geared towards AAU, and most of their stuff is geared towards AAU, high school, college. It's team shoes.
What he's trying to say to y'all who don't understand is he putting out young man shoes.
They not them young man shoes.
Young man,
they're not that great.
Man, you're not finna have me in those.
No, that terrible ass. Okay, we're gonna leave it alone. But shout out to Ant Edwards, man. All right, I got everything.
But the black and red joints, the UGA joints, is gonna look good, very good.
I guess they're UGA ones, but they're really Atlanta ones because all of Atlanta stuff is black and red.
I mean, that works for all parties involved.
Yeah. Let me see if I can move the chat up. While I move the chat, we're going to talk about a few things, actually.
Fight.
We're going to talk about fighting, but not the one Norwood's talking about. We can't forget this. So Jake Paul and Mike Tyson had a fight, or a semblance of a fight, or a Shakespearean play, or a Broadway musical, or a school dance. Whatever you want to call it is what they had, but it really wasn't that much boxing. 8 2-minute rounds. Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson. He comes out and admits that he took it easy on Tyson and didn't really want to hurt him because he could have. And some people paid $2 million for ringside seats to see that. I mean, the jug is jugging, though. The
It's
jug
not the
was
jug.
jugging. Yeah, it
It's
is.
not the jug. The jug. If you didn't know that was going to be WWE, then you deserved whatever you got. If you didn't think that this wasn't going to be what you wanted it to be, then you are sadly mistaken. You
Yeah,
knew that
yeah.
Mike was too old. You knew that Mike wasn't going to give his 100%, and you knew that Jake wasn't either. It was on Netflix, and it was at a place where I was at, and it was on. So technically, I watched it. But if not for that, there's no way I would have seen this.
Well,
Just
first
didn't
off,
make sense for the beginning to
it
me.
was on Netflix for 75% of the time. The other 25% was just pure buffering. So, while chatbot kind of crazy, while it was a fight. While it was a fight, it was absolutely awful. I will say I knew first of all, we all knew let me start there. We all knew it was gonna be fixed. We all knew it is gonna be fixed. What we didn't know, or what gave it away for being fixed for me, was Mike Tyson biting his gloves. Because there were a few moments in there when I was like, oh, he gonna kill Jake Paul. Like the first round when Mike hit him with that, Mike hit him with like 2 punches, and he ducked up under Jake Paul trying to take a big cross, and he was about to hit him with the right, that patented Mike Tyson peekaboo duck, come with the right cross, and he stopped and he backed up. Every time he's about to hit Jake Paul with a counter, he backs up, and I was like, oh, here we go. So this is definitely fake.
Oh, it's a setup. Set up. I'm happy he got paid though. I'm happy he got a ton of money.
20 mil.
Yeah.
Now, Jake Paul, I this is a finesse. It's not even finesse. This is just preying on stupid people. Like this is MAGA. This is what they do. Prey on dumb people. Like
no, it's a good jug. I'm mad that none of us figured that out, that we should do this. But yeah, this is great. I'm not really going to get hurt, and I'll make a ton of money in the process.
Yeah.
What is there not to do about this? Like when somebody got a good jug, they got a good jug.
So now he's talking about calling out Canelo, which all the real boxers, everybody's like, yeah, that's not a good idea. Somebody suggested Manny Pacquiao, which ain't a bad idea for me, but
yes, it is.
Manny
Pacquiao is a real fighter, bro. He ain't no sometime fighter, and he ain't that old. See, y'all got one. See, that's the problem. People get one and think that once I got one, I can have two. Manny Pacquiao will beat the brakes off, anti-lock brakes off of him.
Not an anti-lock brakes.
And then go right in there and be the president again. Man, hell no.
Yeah, ain't he a senator or ambassador or something?
Yeah, all of it, and still gonna get whooped.
Netflix is preparing for WrestleMania. I agree that Netflix is preparing for WrestleMania, but they're also preparing for Christmas Day football, and they're getting into the NFL cash cow. Remember, they're doing the Christmas Day game, which is going to be Dallas versus, I'm assuming, Green Bay. That's always the game, right?
And then you know what else? You got to throw a little Tony Satcheries on top of that, because ain't that the Beyonce halftime?
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a gajillion people watching that.
And y'all didn't really do great with this Netflix, so maybe fix it.
Well, they said, so they didn't say who, but a high-ranking official said, yeah, that was bad, and we'll have it fixed, is basically what he said. Man, it's this 3-factor identification, boy. But nobody cares about Jake Paul. Honestly, hey, man, we get y'all getting finessed and jugged. This is the year, month, day election of the finesse and jug, and I'm just like every other black person. I'm just sitting in the back, washed my hands of it. Y'all have a good time, and continue paying that money. I know I will never pay for anything like that.
I'm minding my business. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, then it don't have nothing to do with me.
Which
I ain't
chat
playing
box
with
is
y'all.
that? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you said you're not playing with me neither. It is what it is. Y'all can have whatever fun you want to have. All right, so now we go from semi ducking the smoke to pure smoke duckery. Shaquille O'Neal at the fight, it was a who's who of billionaires, and that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother podcast. Everybody that has a whole lot of money was acting one type of way, and everybody that doesn't or is from somewhere else was acting another type of way, with President-elect Donald Trump in the building. I will leave it at that. But what I will say is Shaq and Gronk were there, and you know Shaq's going to try to make a buck. He was talking about he was going to basically have a fight with, and he's going to basically do this is what he's saying. It's going to be the NBA versus the NFL. Shaq and Gronk are going to fight, allegedly. He's going to fight a whole bunch of other people. And, of course, Dwight Howard responds and is like, yeah, all right, I'm ready. Let's do it. Shaq, matter of fact, I'm going to read it to you. Shaq denies Howard's challenge to fight, says he wants to fight Gronk. Shaq then, so Dwight Howard, okay, go to the next slide. Shaq says, basically introduces it. Dwight Howard responds, says, Shaq, what's up? Let's make some bread. Saying, yo, I'll fight you in the ring. Let's do it. We can play off the static of who's the real Superman is where I thought he was going with it, which I really liked. Shaq says, gotta have more than one ring to get in the ring with me. I'll stick with a real champion like Rob Gronkowski, and you can have the Superman belt. All yours, buddy. Now, where I'm from, that to me is a little bit of something we call ducking. When somebody calls you out and you say, I'm going to reference the fact that you don't have enough championship rings to fight after you are supposed to be the big bad Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant player. Whether you think Shaq could beat him up or not, whatever you think about Dwight Howard, that is ducking to me.
Is that what you got from that?
Yes.
Oh, you must be on drugs.
Why?
Shaq is 52 years old. Dwight Howard is 38 years old. Dwight Howard is probably still in the best shape of his damn life. Shaq got bad knees and hips. I'm not fighting that young man.
He just said he wanted to fight Rob Gronkowski, who's younger than Dwight.
Because him and Gronk are going to be playing in the ring. Dwight Howard going to try to really whoop his ass and show him he the real Superman. He been trying to do that his whole life and ain't been able to get to him.
No. He ain't gonna whoop his ass to be the real Superman. He gonna whoop his ass because Shaq be talking greasy. Shaq talking real greasy and then be like, come see me about it. And now you got somebody that's willing to come see you about it. And you like, nah, never mind.
Dwight is in great shape.
He's still
shirt off shape. 100%. And Shaq is an old black man.
So you do agree that he's ducking. You just think he's ducking for different reasons.
He's making a good business decision. I'm not fighting you. No, not a chance.
So yes, he's ducking. Man, that's fine.
Hey, I call it making a business decision. You better leave Dwight alone. He been waiting a long time to get to you, my boy. And you not that nimble.
And you done had a whole lot of jokes. All them Bulldogs jokes.
Yeah. And them people can fight.
I'm telling you, we saw it today.
They can fight.
They still real. They real alphabets now. They real ends is what the guy said, and I quote, real ninjas. And he whooped. We'll leave it at that. But yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not never in a million years am I doing this against this young man who's in great shape. Look at Kenny Knees. Look at Chuck. That's the people he need to be fighting. That's his age range. I'm not getting nowhere near Dwight. in
Why
great
you want to
shape.
fight Chuck? But it's easy to say that he need to fight him.
I'd rather fight Chuck than fight Dwight, for sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Nah, go ahead. You get up there playing with Dwight if you want to. You see the white of your eyes.
Moving on. So I talked about Jake Paul stealing, talked about Shaq ducking.
University.
This is the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yes,
UNLV, the
UNLV.
Running Rebels, what you want to call them. A fan paid $653 for a suite. I'm sorry, a fan paid for a suite at the game and then ordered pepperoni pizza and chicken tenders. And the cost was $653 for this picture that you see. For those that are on the audio experience, it is a shakaroni lookalike and a crock pot full of fried chicken. And he paid
not like fried chicken. This looks like it came out the freezer and then was put into the air fryer and then put into this stupid little bowl.
With no sauce. Ain't now a bit of sauce, ain't now a bit of seasoning, nothing. Think of when you see a certain demographic of people fry food and they took the chicken and put it in the flour with no seasoning, put it in the egg or buttermilk with no seasoning, and went back to the seasonless flour and then put it in the grease and then sprinkled a little bit of finishing salt. That's what it looks like.
This is Tyson's frozen chicken tenders. That's what that is. Those came in a bag.
$653.
Yes, and they want $190 for them sorry ass chicken tenders. Boy,
they want $300 for the pizza. $300.
I tell you right now.
$300 for pizza.
All right, so this is the thing. Wait. Go back, please, sir, because you know what my job is. So I have to look at the whole sheet here. You don't see the $112
administrative charge. I'll kick you in your chest. What administrative charge? What? First off, y'all got to arrest me. I need to see and y'all be judging that all y'all people that be pocket watching and y'all be mad when people say, "Hey, there's no prices on this menu." There's no, and I say, "Hey, how much does this cost?" And y'all say, you should if you can't afford it, you shouldn't have to ask. You shouldn't ask if you can't afford to come here. Man, shut the hell up. See, and that's what happens when you get that. When you get a $300 pizza and $190 chicken tenders, ain't nothing in the world worth a $300 pizza from. And I can speak as a married man and when I was single, there was nothing in the world worth a $300 pizza and $190 chicken tenders.
Hey, you could make this price whatever. Because guess what?
Yeah, I ain't paying. Magic Johnson, I ain't gonna be there. I ain't gonna be there. Where's the check?
Shaolin
Ninja Smoke.
I'll be at making $753, $853, what? $853, because I'm not paying for it.
Go ahead, make the gratuity 72%. Make it 90%. Do whatever you need to do. Put $1,000 surcharge on there. That $1,000, you better get it back in crypto, because I won't be there.
And don't touch
you
me.
down.
And I'm walking out of here. Don't touch me. And as soon as you call somebody to come get me, I'm gonna show them the receipt, and I'm gonna look them in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't paying.
Yep. Pain and suffering.
I ain't
Never
paying.
paying that. So as y'all can see in my attire. Oh, go ahead.
That's the reason we gotta bring back slapping people. Because if you brought this receipt with this fancy ass cursive on it and thought that I was gonna pay it, you deserve to be slapped. Because one of us is dumb and it ain't me.
So as y'all see, it's football season. Baseball season is clearly over.
Football, Oklahoma.
Basketball.
Give me a receipt like
Basketball season has started, and I am in full Braves regalia. Why is that? I put the Falcons flag in the back. I should take it down for hanging half mast. I need something to boost me up for most of my teams. Now Georgia won. We'll get to that. I'm happy for that. But the Falcons sucked this weekend. The Hawks got ran over by the Blazers. But my Atlanta United is headed to the Eastern Conference semifinals. Now, if you've been following this podcast, you know that we've been championing the Atlanta United since they started, when they won the championship. Joseph Martinez was here. We had all of that fun. We saw the rise and fall of the Atlanta United. And now, after a series of changes, they are back, and they knocked off Messi in the Miami Soccer Club to get there.
Upset.
Big mad. And they were big mad, too. Messi was like, man, I ain't come here for this. Literally, that's what he said.
And we struggled so long. We deserved it. I just hope that we can field a good team, keep a good team, and then, like, not lose everything like we did last time. I'm a little scorned about that. That's the reason that it's a little difficult to go back, is because as soon as we got good, we won that championship, everybody dipped. And
They went and got that money. They was like, oh, y'all got real soccer players. Come on to Real Madrid.
and it's like nothing you can do, because it's like, oh, he's like, no, I'm going to get paid.
Yeah, we're going to give you $70 million. Oh, okay, well, listen, Atlanta, this was cool.
Yeah.
It is what it is, bro.
Buy the team, maybe, but I got to go get this bread right now. There's nothing you can do.
Yep. And Miami was embarrassed for the loss, but because they feel like they shouldn't have gotten beaten, and it was a giant upset. But nothing is more embarrassing than what happened in this high school game. In the state title game, they this school pulled off one of the best trick plays that I've ever seen. For the audio experience, it's the state championship fourth quarter. The team has called timeout, and the coach huddles with them on the field near the sideline. That's one caveat. So most of the time you call timeout, you come all the way to the sideline. They're right there. He actually walks out a little further. They line up on the line. The offensive line lines up, but acting like they're in the huddle. So the ref is waiting for them to spot the ball, and I'll play the video, but the ref, he basically tells the ref, all right, we good. So when the ref spots the ball, you see the center. Yeah.
Watch the coach back off.
He runs off real quick.
Put the ball in play, and then just a quick toss. This is tough for me because it's a little douchey.
No, it's not.
Like, if I lost like that, I'm furious.
Why? You got outsmarted. That's nothing but being outsmarted.
Like, yes, but it's like you didn't want to like just beat me. You did this to win.
I did beat you. Like, I beat you. I did a trick play. That's beating you. I outsmarted you. It's not brute force. This ain't Oklahoma drill no more. Mm-mm.
If I'm the team who did this, I'm probably okay with it. If I'm the team that lost, I'm furious. And even if I did this to win, I'm like, ooh, that was a little shady. It is. But I mean, I guess
totally different opinion. This is something I would do.
Put the ball in play, you got to be ready.
Yeah, you got to pay attention. Ain't nothing. You sound like Nick Saban when he was mad at the spread offense for running fast, no huddle the whole time. Like, he was like, it's shady. And this is something you got to learn. When the ball is set, you got to be ready. If I'm the opposite coach, eventually you should have noticed, like, hey, okay, what's going on? The safety over here, number 2, has his whole back turned to the game.
Look at 50. You see the
50's like, what's happening?
Son, why in the hell can I see the back of your helmet? This means you not ready.
The only one that recognized what was happening was number 70. Unfortunately, when you wear the number 70, it means you probably can't catch somebody wearing number 5, number 2, or number 1. And they ended up, I'll keep it playing, and they ran that play, and once they got to the sideline,
he was already out of position immediately. As soon as you got,
and this is a state title game too. Some folks said it's an illegal formation, but it's not, because you can only have no more than 6 or 7 men on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the line of scrimmage.
No. You can have them all on the line of scrimmage. You got to have at least 3 in the backfield. Oh, you can't have more than 3 in the backfield. That's where it gets tricky.
And I
learned that last week.
and they don't. So the center looks like he's in the backfield, but he's not. He goes there, and now he's on the line. So you only have 3 in the backfield. And now the play is legal. That's well thought out. That's a team that know they were going to the state championship, and they knew that they had one shot to do this. This is a play that they probably had for the whole year, and they had one shot to pull that off. I like it. It's fantastic to me.
But your Hawks were up 22-6, and now the score is 32-30.
Oh, I saw 22-6. I was like, yeah, I know where this is going to end. But ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end.
We were up.
I know. I'm not dumb. I've watched the last 4 games. We've come to the end of the pregame. We're going to take a
old school quick scope. Bow, 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 bow. You sorry, bitch.
We'll be right back with our HBCU segment. Man, we had a fun time this weekend. SIAC championship, CIAA championship, MEAC Celebration Bowl punched, SWAC championship set up, upsets in the SWAC, and some funny things that happened. Mississippi Valley State may have one of the best play-by-play commentators and play-by-play basketball student broadcasting programs in the nation. They are hilarious. Y'all stick with us. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. We also have FCS Top 25. You know, we're always going to highlight the HBCUs there. Shout out to Lights on College Sports as well. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Until next time.
What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Be here for it.